Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to manifest anything that you desire. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite techniques that I use for manifesting. With the new year around the corner, I feel like this is the perfect time if you really want to change your life in the new year. You really want to make this your year. Obviously it doesn't have to be the new year when you manifest or change your life, but I feel like it's a good and fun time to do these kinds of things. So the first one is to expect it to happen. If you want something, if you want a change in your life, if you want to manifest love or money or whatever it is that you want to manifest into your life, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to expect that it will happen, to believe so wholeheartedly and so confidently that it will happen. And this ties in with the law of expectation, the law of expectancy, which we've kind of touched on before. But it's really just about having such massive faith in what you want, in the fact that it's going to happen, that it basically has no choice but to manifest into your life. And the way that I like to think about this one is that you kind of get what you put out, right? If you believe that a person will act a certain way, then it almost makes them act that way. I've had coworkers at work where they've literally brought out like the best in me, like the best sides of me, and they got literally the best version of me. On the other hand, I've met people, I've worked with people who literally brought out the worst sides of me, and they essentially got the worst version of me. So what you believe is so important, because if you run around thinking that the world is against you or life is out to get you, things happen to you and you have no control over your life, and that's exactly what you're gonna get, because that's what you're expecting to happen. On the other hand, if you expect that life is happening for you, that everything happens for you, that everyone around you will help you get to where you want to be and will support you, then you're gonna act in such a way and you're gonna radiate certain energies that's going to make that happen, that's gonna make that come true. You're gonna get back exactly what you're putting out, essentially, because it's all about who you are and not necessarily what you want. So you gotta have that massive faith and that massive confidence in yourself and in the universe that whatever you want is already on its way, and then it will come to you. Speaking of confidence, my next point is all about self-love and believing that you are worthy and deserving and that you will get what you want because you are enough. It's hard to have massive faith and massive confidence in something happening for you if you don't necessarily believe in yourself, or if you don't necessarily believe that you deserve it. And I think growing up, it's very common for people to pick up ideas of like being unworthy or not being good enough. You kind of pick up these things throughout life, and sometimes it can be harder to let go of these things when you are an adult. But that's why it's so important to do shadow work and to meditate and to kind of work on that, because the more work you put into sort of loving yourself and building up your self-confidence, the easier it's going to be for you to believe in yourself and to expect good things to happen to you and to have faith that what you want is already on its way. And my next tip is to stop trying to escape. Sometimes we want to manifest like a person into our life or money or whatever it is, because we think that once we have these things, then we'll be so happy and so satisfied and everything will be great. But I've been watching this show, and it's so funny. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's Last Chance U. It's about basketball. It's like these college basketball players. I think they're in like junior college. They call it like JUCO. But basically the whole point of the show is that no one really wants to be there. And they're there because like something bad happened, because they weren't good enough to get into like D1 schools or whatever. Or they were at D1 schools and then something bad happened and now they're here. And basically everyone that's there is trying to make it out. They're trying to get scholarships, they're trying to get into like better programs, whatever. But at one point in the show, the coach was like, you guys are all trying to get out, but if you don't focus on what's going on right now, if you don't focus on winning the game that's happening right now and being at like the best player that you can be, the best version of yourself right now in the present moment, then none of that is going to happen. Because if we don't focus and we don't win, then none of you guys are going to be able to make it out of here. And I thought that was so funny, because like the whole time I was watching, I was like, that's so funny, because it really relates to the law of attraction. And it was just like a fun example that I felt like I really connected with, because if you hate where you are and that's why you manifest That's why you want to manifest things into your life, to change your life so that you can like escape your current reality. Then you're manifesting from a very difficult place, because what you're essentially saying is that current reality isn't good enough. It's lacking, it's bothering you somehow, it's not okay, it's not all right. And when you are in that state, what you're radiating, what you're putting out is that lacking energy, that it's not good enough energy, it's like not worthy energy, and that you're unhappy, you're not okay with where you are, you're not okay, you can't accept things the way that they are right now. And one of the things that really helped me when it comes to manifestation is the idea of accepting that it's okay to be where you are right now, is to accept that current reality, current life is okay, and to kind of make peace with it. And the thing about that is it can be easy for all of us sometimes to make peace with where we are, and it can be easy for some of us all the time to make peace with where we are. But it's definitely not easy for everyone all the time. And I know personally how hard it can be to make peace with where you are when you just feel like you're meant for more, you feel like you want more, you feel like you deserve more, whatever it is. But it's so important to remember that patience and making peace and accepting where you are is essentially gonna make it so much easier for you to manifest. Because when you make peace with where you are, when you accept that this is okay, that this is all right, then you're really shifting from that place of lack and that place of feeling like things aren't good enough, and you're shifting into this place where you're like at peace. You feel okay, you feel good. And then what's happening is you're radiating those things instead. You're feeling good, you're feeling okay, you're happy, you're content. And it's so much easier to manifest from that place. Things are gonna come into your life so much faster when you're manifesting from a place of fulfillment, of being satisfied. And again, I go back to the self-confidence things, because sometimes we manifest things because we're like, I'm not enough, my life isn't enough, I need more, I need like this person, I need money, I need whatever, X, Y, and Z in order to be complete and whole and satisfied, and then I can be happy. And that's literally the opposite of what you want to do. What you have to realize is that you are whole and complete and you're good right now. You are fine. You don't need anything or anyone in order to be happy and in order to feel joy. You can access that joy and that happiness right now. And you do that by staying in the present moment and by realizing that in the present moment, nothing is actually wrong. And once you realize that you are fine without anything and you don't need anything, then of course everything comes to you, because it's kind of like the law of reverse efforts, where once you don't need anything, then everything will come to you. It's kind of like how famous people will get like a lot of free items, right? Because they just don't need it. And I don't remember who it was, but there was a celebrity who was like, I think it was like during an interview, she was talking about how when she was no one and she was like struggling, she could have used all the free stuff, none of it was there. And then once she was famous and successful, then everyone wanted to give her free stuff because she just didn't need it. And that's kind of how it is, even with like relationships, right? Sometimes when you are really so into someone and you're like chasing them so hard, and it can be a turn off, and then they might not be interested in you. But then if you kind of flip the switch and you're like, actually, you know what, I'm good, I don't like need anyone, I don't need anything, I don't need you, and then you just kind of ghost them, and then they get really thirsty for you, right? Because you're just like, oh, I don't need you. And then now they're like, wait a minute, like, why don't you need me? And then they start chasing you. It's kind of like that. And it works with kind of everything in life. The second you kind of give up or let go and release that kind of neediness and that attachment, because you realize that you don't need it, you are just attaching these things to what you want to manifest. You're like, once I have this, I'll be so happy. But you gotta let go of that, because you can be so happy right now and you don't need anything. And once you kind of sever that attachment and you kind of cut it off, then you're able to release and let go and detach. And because you're doing all of those things, then what you want will come running to you and you'll have everything that you want. But you don't need any of it, because you can be happy and full and complete right now by yourself, with yourself. Okay, that's it for my little video. I hope that you liked it. I felt like it was a good summary of all the things that we talked about this year. And I felt like it really summed up a lot of the points that I was trying to get across this year. So I hope you liked it, and I hope that this video found you at a time where it's able to have like a powerful impact and a positive impact in your life. And if you found value in this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out and helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. Okay, let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you next time. Bye!